Damn these Biloxi blues, it happens every night. And I ain't never met a riverboat dealer that could ever be a friend of mine.
I have not.
The summer heat never treats me kind, it leaves trouble on my mind. So I'm bidding farewell, putting in my notice, and I'll see you at another time.
Hey! This
highway does not know my name, and I don't care.
No, I don't care. Here we go.
Heading my way for another place, and I got
3 good tires
and a spare.
right to the hook right here.
Just a white line gypsy getting out of Mississippi with just enough gas to get there.
Low budget live, not so freaking live. And that is a song called Biloxi Blues, written by me, performed by me. For those of you, before you even ask, I appreciate y'all asking. I get a lot of comments about that still, which tells me there are new low-lifers amongst us every week. If you are new to this fine program, you are now a low-lifer. This is Low Budget Live, not so live, from the Low Budget Live Bar and Grill, Bar and Bunker in beautiful southern Middle Tennessee. And I appreciate each and every one of you. You're now low-lifers. And welcome back to all you loyal low-lifers. I got a comment. This is the podcast for Tuesday, September 8th. Tuesday. Labor Day weekend. I'm like, you know what? Not going to do the every Monday thing this week. Decided to pump the brakes a little bit. Drop you a little Tuesday nugget in. So here you go. On a dang Tuesday, but I posted up on YouTube like, hey guys, LBL will be with you on Tuesday. And a Dean comments, Dean is a loyal low-lifer. And Dean said, I'm more of a Tuesday LBL low-lifer anyways. I like it. So welcome to Low Budget Live, Not So Live. And we haven't done an actual Low Budget Live in a long time, and we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that very soon. I promise you. Life gets busy. It gets busy. And I truly enjoy the Not So Lives. I do. Hope everybody out there had just an amazing Labor Day weekend. I didn't do a lot. I actually got to fish for the first time in about 3 weeks. I bass fished. I haven't been. I take that back. I went pond fishing one afternoon last week, but got down to the Tennessee River with Hudson and Ryder Band, and we caught us a few bass fish, and it was pretty miserable for the most part. 84-degree water temperature, so. But it's typical this time of year. Caught some though. Caught some old schooling fish, and we had fun. Hudson's getting to where he's a lot better with a bait caster. And it's really fun, man, watching him reel a buzz bait and see one blow up on it and him pull it. He did that 2 or 3 times, but we had a really good time, caught some fish, and had a Labor Day's a lot like Memorial Day. Had a Labor Day, and this was just Friday, so the crazies weren't out yet. Shout out to all you boat ramp crazies, but we had an incident. I posted on my Instagram story, and if you saw it, you probably got a laugh out of it because I sure did. But we pull up at the ramp, and this old boy is parked on a ramp in a big F-350 pulling a Donzi, like a 35-foot Donzi saltwater boat that is wrapped with like mahi on the side and sharks, and he's got 2 400 Mercs on this thing. Big bad boat, right? Backing in a single lane ramp on the Tennessee River, Wilson Lake, 15 miles long, little lake for the most part. And my man sat on the ramp for like 20 minutes, just like blaring music. I'm assuming it was Ted Nugent. I don't know. Cat scratch fever. Would have made sense to me that that's what he had been listening to. But anyways, I couldn't get in my head why they were even putting this boat in on the Tennessee River. And then it occurred to me, the tuna must have been running. And that's what I put on Instagram. It's the only reason you're there. It let me know the tuna bite was a fire on the Tennessee River. But dude, they sat there forever. No regard for anybody else, of course. And me and the boys got a good kick out of that because they were just, yeah, this is our ramp now. They put in and they finally were easing out of the no wake zone there, and we put the boat in, and you can just hear ba 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 ba. Yeah, like they're just rocking, just two dudes. One of them was wearing blue jeans, which didn't really understand that on the water. It's a cool boat. September, Labor Day, hotter than blue blazes. Jeans, gauge earrings. I'm not here to judge. But they were just two dudes just out having them a time. And I just said, Labor Day, baby, Labor Day. So we fished for about 3 hours, put her on the trailer. We've been hiding out the rest of the weekend. We've worked on Lake Teresa. We have hung out with family. We have hung out with the dogs. And I say dogs plural. If you followed along with the Traveling Circus at all, LD's Traveling Circus or Instagram or whatever, over time, I got a lab goose, 130-pound beast, idiot dog. Love him, but he's a moron. And then I got Thor. We've had Thor, who's our Australian Shepherd, for a very long time. Got a new video dropping this week about Lake Teresa, another update, very cool update. But on this video, you're going to see a big surprise that happened last time we were out at the farm shooting a little update video. And we found a coonhound out there that was very poor. She was, you could see her ribs, and she'd been beat on. Somebody dropped her out in the middle of nowhere. So I had the boys with me. We loaded her up and brought her home. She looks like Smokey, Tennessee's mascot. Started calling her Smokey before we realized, yeah, she's a chick. So we're calling her SJ, Smokey Jr. SJ. That sounds more feminine, SJ. So SJ now resides at the Duncan house, and as SJ made her way, into our hearts, my wife, the triple threat, Marissa D, from Low Budget Live fame, the VP of operations, had picked out. She's been wanting another dog. I don't know why, but a friend of ours raises these oodles and doodles and noodles and poodles and whatever they're called. And he had a litter. He didn't, of course. His dogs had a litter of Doxy doodles. These are Dotson poodle oodle doodle mixes. And my wife bought one. Okay. So this weekend, and she named it Murphy. No clue what, that was probably like her childhood crush. Whatever, right? She's mine now. It's cool. Murphy, if you're watching this, I got the girl. But she named him Murphy, and Murphy's about this big. He's a goose-sized snack, and goose kills everything, right? So having to be careful. So we added Murphy got delivered to us by our good friend David Morgan this weekend. 4 dogs at the Duncan house. They're in and out dogs. It's chaos around here, man. It's chaos. 5 kids, 4 dogs. You want to know why it's called the Traveling Circus? Look no further than that. It's a zoo around here. So did that this weekend. Hung out with the dogs. Hung out with the family. And that's pretty much been it, man. I fished Friday, like I said, but other than that, pretty low-key. Did not dove hunt. Saw the swarms of people going to shoot those vicious doves this weekend. I used to like dove hunting, but I found out that I don't like chiggers. In my old age, I don't like chiggers, and I don't like sitting in a bucket in the middle of a dusty field anymore when it's 90. It just sucks. It's not fun for me. If dove hunting was when it was like October-ish, nice crisp October day, I could get down with that. But dude, and you see folks around here, and I was saying where we all live, and I love dove. I like shooting. It's fun. But it's just so hot. But you see these get cats, man, they full camoed out. They're in so much camouflage, they look like snipers to go sit in a dove field on a bucket in a wheat field they planted last week to just shoot doves and, whatever. I got out, dude, it used to be my favorite. Opening day of dove season used to be my favorite when I was a kid. My dad would always get me out of school. If it happened to land on a Tuesday, what have you, he'd get me out of school half day, man, dove hunting. We're that kind of rednecks. And that dude, I'd run around out in the field with a BB gun before I could actually hunt. And then when I turned 10, got a shotgun. I used to love it. But it seems like it's just a lot hotter now that I'm an adult. I don't know. And I haven't been in forever. And then chiggers are straight from the devil, so I don't play. I ain't going out in no field right now. I hadn't done it in years. I actually had a buddy of mine text me. He's like, hey, dude, do you like dove hunting still? And I said, no. You send that invite to somebody else. I'm going to sit at the house. I can drink alcohol at my house. I know people, they gather to dove hunt mainly to grill and to drink at the end of it. I can do that here, and I can sit by the pool, and I can go in the house in the air conditioning. Call me a sissy. I deer hunted in freaking 96-degree weather. I'm not dove hunting. And as the great Theo Vaughn said, I don't eat peace meats. So I ain't all about that dove life anyways. It tastes like crap. You got to wrap them in bacon, shove freaking cream cheese in them to even make them edible. You know what? I'll eat a steak at the house. But I hope all y'all got your limits. I've been seeing them posts. Dove hunting is really fun. It's really, really, really fun. But damn, all the chiggers in the world, I'm out on that, man. I'm out on that. So I hope all y'all camoed up. You got hid next to a hay blind, and you and your shoulders are black and blue because you shot so much. I hope that's what happened. It did not happen for me. It did not happen for me. I threw up a poll on the IG Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, at Luke Duncan, make sure you are. Hope you are. It's a good way to keep up. It's a good way to keep up. So, threw up a poll. Would you listen/watch a low budget live that did not feature fishing industry guests, other things like songwriters, musicians, rodeo clowns? I don't care. What I want to do more episodes. But I feel like too many times in fishing, like there are a lot of fishing shows, there are a lot of really good fishing shows out there, and I don't want to wear out my welcome, so to speak. And I just want to talk about fishing once a week. I think 2 or 3 days of fishing, and we could throw in fishing in these extra episodes a little bit, but I just feel like you're going to run, people run out of stuff to say, and then you force things, and I don't know. But I want to try this, and I'm not talking about, it may not be an every week thing, but I'm already in the process of trying to get some guys booked that I look up to. And as someone on Instagram said, you're trying to be a redneck Joe Rogan. You know what? Let's do it. I even wore my band shirt today. This is The Band. My good friend Andy got me this. We actually did. That's something else I did this weekend. I got to play a little guitar around the pool with my buddy Andy that I used to play a lot of music with, but one of my best friends. But he got me this shirt for my belated birthday. It says, "Wait a minute, Chester." If you've ever heard the song The Wait by the band, one of my favorite songs, mentions my name twice. Take a load off, Annie. Well, right there it says, "Wait a minute, Chester." So he got me a band t-shirt. So anyways, music's near and dear to my heart. I'd like to have some musicians on, some friends of mine, just some different folks. Maybe kick in an extra episode every now and then here, okay? Something else that I'm working on there. So comment below if you didn't see the Instagram. Comment below. I know a lot of you, I'm just here for the fishing. Well, you don't have to watch these episodes. But I feel like if you like what I'm doing and you like music, or I would like to even have like professional bull rider, whatever. I just like people. I like interviewing people. And I think that it'd be really fun. So let me know. Comment below if you're watching on Instagram. If you're listening, shoot me an Instagram message. Shoot me an email at lowbudgetlive1@gmail.com. Speaking of Low Budget Live is brought to you by the fine folks at StarTron and Starbright Cleaning Solutions. StarTron kicking ethanol in the teeth in your weed eater. I know some of y'all probably been on one of them all weekend in your chainsaw, working on your deer lease. You can put it in your tractor. You can put it in your side-by-side. You can put it in your daggum boat, because ethanol will ruin a good day on the water, and it will straight shut an outboard engine down. So get this right here. It treats 256 gallons. This bottle right here, you buy it. They're everywhere at the store. 256 gallons, and a little dab will do you. It'll fight ethanol, like I said, and nothing ruins a good day on the water like an engine that won't run. So get you some StarTron. Thanks to those folks, going on 3 years now supporting Low Budget Live. We are going to also have very soon some other sponsor announcements for the rest of this year, going beyond. we're moving on up, and I'm excited. We got some additional sponsor support coming on very soon, and I cannot wait to share that with you low lifers. And I appreciate each and every one of you that have supported StarTron. I get the messages, y'all send them to me. Always be sure to tag me up. I'll share it on Instagram if you're out there buying your StarTron. But I appreciate y'all supporting the people that support this fine program. Moving on. One other quick piece of housekeeping information, and then we're going to roll on into the fishing world here. I want to do something a little different with upcoming episodes. And this is something I want to add to the show. It's something I've always really wanted to do. I've never tried it. So I want you to send me video submissions. Record it with your iPhone, record it however, but get it in a file where I can use it. But I will play them on the show. If they're good, ask me a question. I'm going to answer it. Okay? Questions, topics, advice about anything. Your love life, fishing, I don't care, music, whatever. But make a video, email me a video, either file or a link. You can put them on Dropbox. We'll try it this way first, and there's probably going to be a better way to do it. Y'all know I'm a one-man band, so we'll see. Email them to lowbudgetlive, the number one, lowbudgetlive1@gmail.com. Your video submissions. I want to hear them. And I will go through them, and we will play them on the show, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. Okay? Do that. lowbudgetlive1@gmail.com. Your video, in your iPhone, try to keep it around a minute. The files are easier to share that way, but drop them in there, and it can be whatever. And like I said, not all of them are going to make it on. I'm going to try to do this every week if you guys will send me submissions. Okay? Send them in. Appreciate you low-lifers. Send them in. I think it'll be really fun. But for right now, I think that's going to be a good way to do it. We might set up a Dropbox or something in the future for that. But I think right now, if you can just email me those clips. Trying to make it more interactive, even when we do the not-so-lives. And I've got some additional ideas coming that I'm going to drop on y'all pretty soon. But it'll be moving on up in the world. We got to keep moving, keep evolving, keep having fun. Love interacting with everybody. And it's just not possible to always do a live. So send those in, you bunch of low-lifers. Fishing news before we get to an awesome guest today. I'm really excited about. Toyota Series. Not a lot going on from the major trails. BPT's done for the year. I think they're fishing some of those MLF Select super secret society tournaments that you find out about next year or something for the rest of the year. But as far as like tournaments you can actually keep up with, those aren't happening right now. For the big guys, the big league. But the Toyota Series, which was AAA, but I don't know, I guess it's AA now. A lot of amazing fishermen fishing the Toyota Series. I don't know what you call it in the grand scheme of MLFLW now. But the Southeastern Division, I believe it was, had 56 boats in it. That division's been really down. They fished Eufaula, Wheeler, and then Neely Henry. Some great fishermen in it. Great fishermen. And a one, Mark McKegg, who I've fished against for years. I've known Mark. He is a Coosa River shark, to say the least. And he won that tough tournament on Neely Henry. Brutal tournament. And he fished against 55 other boats. And my man, because of Phoenix, and shout out to Phoenix for this, by the way. Phoenix Boats bonus of say it with me, $35,000, which paid more than the tournament paid by a long shot. $35,000 and a Mercury motor bonus. My man won $57,000 in a 56 boat tournament. 57,000. Let that sink in. While we were all jacking around Labor Day weekend, he was just rolling in $100 bills. Mark McKegg, well deserved, great fisherman. 57,000. That's crazy. I just don't know how. Really, I don't know how you can justify that with a field size that small. But either way, Mark's a Phoenix owner. Ranger Cup's been doing that for years. Skeeter does it. Bass Cat does it. Camus has a program now. Falcon has a program now. Ranger really paved the way with that contingency stuff years ago, but and Ranger's bonus, I believe, is $25,000 in those tournaments. So if a Ranger guy had won $25K, no matter how many boats are in it, that's wild, man. So $35,000. I think FLW paid like 21, I believe, which is a good payday. It's a good payday. The bottom dwelling checks in that event did not cover your entry fee. I don't know. That's hard to justify that. But I think they announced the Toyota schedule for next year, and I think they did drop a division. I figured they would drop more than that, really, but they didn't. They didn't. We had another one this week, and congrats to Cameron Foster, a 28-year-old that absolutely blew it out. He won by over 13 pounds. 13 pounds on a tough Fort Gibson over Zach Burge, who's having a hell of a year. I feel like he's always having a hell of a year, but Burge finished second. But Cameron won by 13 freaking pounds. 13 pounds, man. I was reading the story. It was pretty cool. He said he's grown up with his grandfather on this lake. He fishes out of like an 18-foot beat-up Pro Craft, and he was not confident he could get through this 3-day event in it, so he borrowed his neighbor's Triton with a 250. I mean, dude, stories like that. It's just like John Cox said on here last week on the quote heard around the world, that if your boat's holding you back, you don't love it enough. That got shared, by the way. Brian Latimer made a quote and shared it, and I saw that quote everywhere. But did LBL get credit? No. Did the video get shared? No. Love you, B-Lat. But anyways, which was one of my favorite quotes, one of my favorite things that ever been said on the show. But this dude is out there grinding, but was worried. He was worried, hey, I can't get back. I can't get to where I want to go and back. Maybe my motor's a little suspect. So borrowed his neighbor's boat, wins 20-something thousand. That's cool. He said he'd walked a ton of Fort Gibson Lake in his life. Really cool story, man. Really cool story. And we'll try to shoot him a message and maybe get him on the show. I'm intrigued by stories like that. I think that's a beautiful thing about bass fishing. And, and he's fishing against a guy like Burge, who's a stone cold killer. And guys like Bradley Hallman, who were in this tournament, Kyle Cordiant, Dakota Eber, who's having an amazing year, was in the top 10 in that tournament. All these guys that are not only great Oklahoma, Texas fishermen, but also are pros. They're fishing multi-day events all the time. And he came out by 13 pounds. That's pretty impressive. And I read in the article, he said he did not fish anywhere he'd ever been on the lake. That's cool. That's cool. So congrats to him. That one only had 84 boats in it. In those Costas, when they were the Costas, and look, you got a lot going on. That division of FLW has always been just packed with people. And I don't know if it's COVID. I don't know if there are too many divisions and it split it up. Because used to you only had 4, I guess. A lot more divisions now. And really, there's an entry fee free championship. Really good deal. $200,000 first place. They're doing that again next year, they said. And the boats just didn't show up. I mean, they didn't show up in the Southern Division down at Okeechobee. I mean, there was 100 and something. But really, we've seen Costas have 250 boats. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I really don't. It's kind of puzzling, to be honest, because those numbers are down. They really are. And maybe it's because of some reschedules. I don't know. I was looking at those this weekend. That one division that had Neely Henry in it and Wheeler and Eufaula had like 80-something at the first one, then it fell off at Wheeler, and then it fell off at Neely. And Wheeler was the only one that was really kind of rescheduled there. I believe that was the case. No, actually, I'm wrong on that. It was supposed to be Wheeler, Neely, and then Eufaula. So I don't know if that changed people's mind. I don't know, because I really figured that Alabama division will be full because, you look at what Miss K does in Alabama Bass Trail. You look, BFL, we had, I saw a Guntersville Super Tournament. There was 100 and blah, 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 40-something boats in that thing. Last weekend in August, really tough time of year, but a lot of boats showed up. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I thought that having all those divisions could end up being a problem. In the beginning, I talked about that, and I think that could be the deal. I don't know, because you look at the Opens, they're all full for the most part. They're close to 200 boats. So I don't know. I don't know if more people went that route. If guys are skipping out and trying to go to the elites, I don't know. But those numbers are down, and I'll be anxious to see what it does next year. Really, I think they cut that Southeastern division, but they got a Central division. But I think it's like Chickamauga, Dale Holla, something else, Tennessee River maybe, and that's not really a Central division. but they did drop one division. I thought it would be more than that. I really did. I really, really did. So hopefully the people show up for them. My thing is, the top 5 in each of these divisions get to go to the tour if they want to. The pro circuit, will guys take spots? Will those spots be filled by BPT guys? My understanding is they're going to try to cut a lot of guys from the FLW Tour next year, the pro circuit. They're going to try to get it down to like 100 requalifying through the pro circuit points. The others are out. They're going to fill it with BPT guys and Toyota guys. Will that happen? I don't know. It's just what I'm hearing. It's what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing that over time, they want that FLW field to be even smaller. Who knows? That pro circuit. Rumor is also that BPT will, at the end of this 3 years, only drop 5 instead of 10. So what are you fishing for if you're fishing the FLW Pro Circuit? You're fishing for that BPT spot. You hope to get there. I'm guessing for most of these guys, and now they're only going to take 5, supposedly. And I don't know, man. I don't know how I would feel about that. If I'm a Pro Circuit dude that's been putting in that sweat equity for a long time, that end game just got harder and harder and harder. So I don't know. I think a lot's going to change again in the bass fishing world. We got a Bassmaster Open on Big Sam this week. Finally, another Open in that Central Division. And that's going to be interesting. September's a tough time of year in the South. I'm going to be interested to see how that one plays out. Will Fat Todd win it? Fat Todd Castle. Will he win it? Will he win it? He's won a lot that time of year. Will he win it? Will one of the other local heroes win it? I don't know. They got a lot of rain. Water's up. They got a lot of rain off of Hurricane Laura there. And we'll see. You got Hackney in it again, Prosnick. You got Jason Chris. You got guys trying to, Scott Martin. You got these guys trying to make it to the elites. B-Lats of the world, Andrew Upshaws, Hallman. These guys that left the tour were very loud about it, like I was, and they're trying to make it to the Elite Series. So we will see what happens there. Going to text our guest right now. So somebody's going to go to the Classic. Somebody's going to go to the Classic. It's going to be another Classic qualifier if they fished all the Opens, meet the criteria, as they say. So, and they have an Opens Live also, I believe. Going to be Bassmaster Opens Live again this weekend. So if you make the cut and you make the top 5, you're finna get some camera love this weekend. Looking forward to seeing how that one plays out, man. It could be one deep. It could be one on a frog. It could be one doing a lot of different things. So that one's going to be an interesting one to watch. So make sure you do. Make sure you do. I got to reset this brand new HD camera y'all were commenting on last week. Let me do that. Let me do that real quick. Huh? Yeah. Everybody's like, man, HD, new camera angle. Yeah, I got a new camera. Got a new camera. Big things. Still got the old camera. It's still running, but just shows you the gray in the beard better right there. I do like the new camera. Hope y'all do too. All right, my guest today is a big guest for me. He is not only wall to wall and treetop tall, but he's also won not one Bassmaster Classic, or the Classic as he likes to call it, but 2 back in 1987. I don't know if they weren't keeping records then or how that worked, but I couldn't really find that to verify that. But I like him, so I'm going with his word. His career earnings are unlisted as well online. I can't find those. I'm thinking it's probably a conspiracy against him. He has the best high kick in the game. He is one of my favorite people in the fishing industry because not only is he hilarious, he is also a really just damn good dude. and he will be side by side, actually, you know, via television, because I'll be in studio, and I think he's going to be doing a lot of on-location stuff. A lot of it's to be decided, but he is joining me on the National Professional Fishing League stage as a commentator, my man, Fat Cat Newton. What is going on, Bobby?
Bobby, what's going on, man?
What's up, dude? I say this to every guest that comes on the show, but you just got the best intro you're ever going to get anywhere. So you're welcome for that.
I appreciate you, man. I got to hang up and call and tell everybody.
I mean, dude, I think it's one of those things. It's like you and I were talking before the NPFL announcement came out. I mean, I'm sure some babies got made because of it. I mean,
oh, no doubt, dude.
I think when people listen, they're going to go, honey, come here. I need you in here. I'm inspired. How are you, dude?
Rocking and rolling, man. Just getting back into town from family vacation. It's been a heck of a week for your boy, Fat Cat.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, dude. Huge announcement. For me, it is. A lot of people are like, that was a better time. You know, that's the NPFL. Like, people are happy for me and don't even know what the NPFL is.
Yeah.
You know all about the announcement happened, dude. My birthday was September 1st. I just turned 25. And
25? Did you say 20?
Yeah,
I thought that's what you said.
Man.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah, dude. But no, man, I get this, the 1 week of the year, I get together with the people that have always been there for me, my family and close friends down at the Outer Banks out there, cold straight, not catching fish. That's we had a good time, but we went out on a guide trip, the Kenny Keith Experience, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a shameless plug on Low Budget Dive.
Come on.
Captain Tank Kenny Keith Experience did put us on some good saltwater fish, man. Some good saltwater eating out there in the Sound. But loving life, dude. Looking forward to 2021 with my boy Luke.
Dang right.
PFL, and yeah, dude.
Well, you know, dude, you and I have met each other a few years ago, and it's like everybody else. You feel like you know everybody when you're involved in this social media world, you know, and especially in fishing. And you and I got to know each other through that, and then we met in person, hung out a few times, and got to be buddies. And your trip every year is something. You go to the Outer Banks a lot, I feel like, and feel like I've been on that trip with you a few times because I've never. I told you this the other day. We were talking on the phone. I've never been. I'm a Gulf Coast guy just because it's closer to me than the Outer Banks, and so I'm like Panhandle of Florida, you know, Lower Alabama, but. That Outer Banks of North Carolina's always intrigued me, and you always go there and dude, you're surf fishing, you're hanging out, but you document. You're like me, you're out there documenting your experience on your Instagram story all the time. So I feel like I've been with you on that trip a couple times.
Dude, love. We go to Avon, so we go to Avon, and normally that's where we rent our house, but we always go south down toward Frisco. The beaches we're able to drive our trucks out on the beach. That's why we go that south.
That's cool.
It's good vibes, man. It's not like if you stay up top around like Duck and all that stuff where all the money pits are, the tourist traps. That's what we try to get down south. My brother's got little kids and friends got little kids, so we try to get them as far away from the money holes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But no, it's just good people down that way. We just enjoy it. But the golf, man, like I would love to get down to the golf and get smashed.
Yeah, dude.
My brother, they went out on a night fishing trip, and they smashed on the drum 2 45s, a 46, and a 47.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude. Tanks.
Freaking giant. Yeah, those are giants.
They were catching them on Texas rig and Vienna sausage.
Dang right. Not a wacky rig Vienna sausage?
No, they were all out of wacky rig hooks.
Oh, really? They were out.
Yeah.
Do you think on the NPFL we will see anybody win with a Vienna sausage?
Yeah, Skeeter Fowler. Skeeter Fowler out of Texas. Yeah,
yes,
Fowler.
That would be my pick too. That would be my pick too.
Yeah, dude. He likes to slurp a can too. Old Skeeter. He knows all about the Vienna sausages. Yeah.
Do you think that after Skeeter Fowler gets live coverage, that he will need to hire Brian Robinson as a full-time bodyguard?
Possibly. And people, Skeeter Fowler, man, that dude is a character.
Oh, he's a cat. He's a cat. Skeeter is a cat.
He's an angler, but he also has a big personality. We get him on camera, people are going to learn who Skeeter Fowler is.
Ain't no doubt. And Skeeter can catch them. Skeeter catch them. So I guess I've got some questions, but I guess I'll jump into that. So how long do you think it's going to take you and I before we're banned or fired from the NPFL?
It won't take long, dude. If it was under different management, it would never even happen.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah, of course.
A lot of people in the fishing industry are like me and you are wondering, how did they choose us, or why did they choose us? Like, it's a crazy thing, man. Like, I'm looking forward to it, but I also know it's not going to be a walk in the park for us. Because
that's right.
We're going to be putting ourselves out there, and we're going to be we're going to be an easy target.
Yeah.
For because of
criticism. Yeah, well, probably because of me. I mean, listen, if I'm anything in life, it's a target, right? Like, I know I'm a target when you throw yourself out there like I do. But I mean, new league, we're new to commentating. I mean, we've both done gigs like this before, but not specifically like this. So it's definitely going to be different in throwing ourselves out there. But I had a text from a good friend of mine this week that said, what's the over-under on how long it takes you guys to get bounced from live on the very first day? How long will it take before they have to pull the stream? And I'm like, dude, you're not giving me a lot of credit. He goes, 15 minutes or less, man. That's my guess. And I'm like, damn, dude. Damn. And this was after the Fat Cat announcement. He's like, I love you guys, but I just don't see this working without you getting the plug pulled on you. Episode 1, day 1.
Man, we'll be fine.
Well, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, man. We will have our train wrecks, but I think they will be organized chaos train wrecks. I feel like.
I don't know so much about organized chaos. Yes, organized. I don't know. No, man, it's starting a new job. And when
that's right.
A new job. I already know that I'm going to have some sit downs. They're going to be like, hey, look, man, you cannot be eating on camera every time we go to you. I know that's going to be an issue. But I know that going into this, making the decision to come with NPFL, that it wasn't going to be rainbows and butterflies. It's going to be hard work. And my main thing going into this with the people that have followed me, supported me, and even trying to broaden my fan base, or how I hate the word fan.
I do too. But yeah.
For you and I, though, the key to that, man, I truly think is transparency. Being open, being honest. When we mess up, I mean, or things go bad, just talking about it instead of brushing it under the rug, or just.
That's right.
I don't want to give anyone ammunition to say, well, you would have did this, you would have,
Yeah.
So like I'm going to be very, very aware of that going into this, just because we are doing the same thing a lot of people are doing, but I wanted to make it different. Just
for sure.
I'm mumbling, right? I'm just rambling, but you know what I'm saying.
You're good, dude. And I think that
this is going to be me on live.
You go. Well, and then back to you, Luke.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to be like, what? He was supposed to do that for 3 more minutes. Why is he coming back to me? So I think for me, my goal with this, and the guys, Al, Brad, Paul, Michelle, they're really giving us a lot of leeway, and they took a big chance in signing you and I up to be the faces of this deal. And I feel like for me, it's just what you said. I feel like my podcast is different. I feel like there's a reason that people enjoy it. And I think if we can bring, and there's the same reason that people enjoy all the content, all the joy you bring people, dude. And I think that there's a reason that people enjoy that. And I think if we bring that to covering a professional fishing event, and the number one word is what you said, and I'll echo that, is transparency. I want to be transparent. If we mess up, I want to tell you. If we think it sucks, I want to tell you. If a guy messes up, and I've gotten so many messages from anglers that are already signed up like, hey, man, big fan, but don't make fun of me on camera.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you know what? I got 7 hours a day to fill, so don't hit a boat dock. That's all I can tell you, buddy. You better make every cast like it's the best cast you've ever made. No, just kidding, of course. But I mean, we want to be
to a certain extent.
To a certain extent. Yeah, we're to a certain extent.
it's going to take us a minute to learn our anglers,
Right?
learn who we can joke with, who we can't, because at the end of the day, man, I don't want to make any of our anglers like you feel uncomfortable. I want to keep it lighthearted. I want to joke. I want to, bust chops. But if it wasn't for these anglers putting up their money,
no doubt,
we wouldn't be talking about this.
That's
right.
Right.
Now. So they are the backbone of this. So
no doubt.
Make them feel like,
And at the end of the day, it's not the Luke and Fat Cat show, Fat Cat and Luke show. It's about the anglers, and it's about making the fishing world know these guys that are putting it all out there to pay entry fees, to go fish these events. Some of them have never fished a level like this. Some of them have. It's going to be very interesting. And so we just want to make it entertaining when they're not catching them or it's a dead spot during the day or whatever. We're going to do our best to bring y'all the most different coverage that you've ever seen in professional fishing. I'm really excited about it. Dude, and you've talked about, you were skeptical of this in the beginning.
Yeah.
When the announcement was out, and a lot of people were, and I was, and I've talked about that on here a bunch, but how good do you feel about working with Al, Brad, Paul, Michelle? How good? I mean, dude, you're like me. We've talked about it, but explain to the people, and they've seen them on here. They're good folks, man.
Yeah, so they're solid. They all come from different backgrounds. They all have something different to offer. And to be honest, they are all different personalities.
For sure. For sure.
Al runs his big bass deal and is very successful at it. He is a phenomenal MC. Brad is just a bad dude. Brad
will slip up on you in the dark and get you if he decides to.
Yeah, but he's that guy that when he talks, you listen. Because
That's right.
There's not a lot of filler in his talk.
That's right.
He's a listener. He listens, and when he talks, it always has substance. It's not a Brad is an awesome dude. Paul, I've known Paul since Paul is the reason I got with Cashin back in 2014 when this whole Fat Cat ride thing started. And they jumped on me. And well, look, guys, it's not crazy. They didn't jump on me, but they reached out to me as soon as I started Fat Cat, and Paul's one of my best friends now. But with that being said, believe it or not, he and I have literally barely talked about the league. I've only talked to Brad now, and I kind of like it that way because I never want to get in that situation where you're just here because you're Paul's buddy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm here because I got a big mouth. I'm here because I make people laugh.
Yeah.
And I've created this somewhat of a following, but
well, and my thing is, especially with you, dude, that's amazing is whenever they threw a post out there, and it made me very proud for both of us, but they threw a post out there a long time ago, and I was actually already in talks with them, but they're like, who do you want to be the NPFL live commentators, blah, blah, blah. And my name and your name were in there a lot, man. And shout out to all y'all that commented. That was awesome, and it really made the NPFL feel like they were, doing the right thing by talking to me and Fat Cat for sure. But then after my announcement and Brad and Paul were on LBL, a lot of the comments were Fat Cat, Fat Cat, Fat Cat. So anybody that says, well, you're buddies with Paul from Cash and Rod, so you got here. And, that doesn't have anything to do with this. And y'all that are in love with Fat Cat know what he's going to do and why he's the man for the job. But dude, I want to why I got you. I don't want to just completely. We just turned into company men, right? Right out of the gate, we're like, I tell you what, this NPFL thing sure is something, isn't it, guys?
So true, dude. Yeah,
just immediately, we're like, hey, what are you guys doing next weekend besides filling out your NPFL fantasy fishing roster, huh?
Oh God, no doubt.
Company men. But dude, I've truly, as long as I've known you, which is several years now, and I've never had you on the podcast officially. And dude, I wanted to, for the people that don't know you or about you that are low lifers that listen to this show, maybe they don't, go make sure you're following Fat Cat on all social media, Fat Cat Newton. But when you just said 2014, you created this Fat Cat thing. Talk about that. So talk about where your love of fishing turned you into a character or your way into the fishing. Talk about that, because I find it very interesting, because fishing is a very stuffy sport at the professional level for the most part, and you're a breath of fresh air. So talk about that if you don't mind.
Yeah, 2014, I think it was March of that. I don't know. I got a GoPro, my first GoPro, and at that time I was fishing a local club here, the Fredericksburg Fishing Club. A bunch of good old boys, man, to get together, and we would fish like, 5, 6, 7 different bodies of water. Anybody in the area, man, you guys looking for a good club, the Fredericksburg Fishing Club, FFC, good dudes. So anyways, got the GoPro. I just made a dumb video mocking people. Like, just because like I've always been a big fan of the Altus and Michael Scott, and a show that's no longer around that everybody slept on is Jimmy Big Time.
Yeah.
Jimmy Big Time, dude, I want to meet him. I want to be his best friend. Well, anyways, I was into that at the time and liked that humor and made a few videos like that. And I went to the next tournament, and they were actually, a couple of the people were, because I posted on Facebook or something, and people had made references to the video. I was like, okay, this is cool. So I made another one, and then 5x3 had reached out to me at that time.
Okay.
5x3, they were huge, and they had a wonderful reputation at that time.
Yes.
Became a part of them, man, and just got into the rhythm and started making videos, and one thing led to another thing, and just from making dumb, lighthearted, family-friendly fishing videos, very self-deprecating.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
But my goal was to always keep it family-friendly. And the character Fat Cat, nobody knows me as Fat Cat around White Oak, around the house. Like,
yeah.
My real name, my government name is Bernard Newton, and it's spelled Bernard, like Bernard.
Yeah.
But it's Bernard.
Bernard.
So
okay.
Yeah, everybody calls me B. Like,
B.
My
That's
name
right.
is B. Right. So a long time ago, we had me and a buddy of mine were talking about opening up a tackle shop. If we opened up a tackle shop, this was like 20 years ago when I was like 4. It was going to be
yes, which is a great time to start a business. If I can cut you off for a second. I mean, 4 years old, really prime time.
It is. I'm gonna go get her. But it was gonna be Fat Cat Tackle, whatever. Okay. That was the name that came up, and man, I still to this day cannot wrap my head around. I left a job in December of 11 years to pursue this Fat Cat deal. I didn't. I had a wonderful job, made great money, great benefits, everything to pursue this, but it's still like I don't even know what I'm doing. If I'm being honest with anybody listening, like I don't even know. I don't know, man. Like I just went with it. I didn't want to be a guy that woulda, coulda, shoulda. I took a chance on it. I had some money saved up, and I don't know, man. It's been a blur, if I'm being honest. I can't believe like I'm friends with the people I'm friends with. Like these people that I've watched on television or, I've always wanted to meet or things. Like I get around them, I would get jittery. But like now I got them on my phone, I'm texting them, conversing with them on social media and everything. And it's nuts. I remember like at first I was worried about how many followers I was going to get. Like, I wanted to get so many followers. Then I got to a point where it wasn't about how many were following me. It was about who was following me.
Right on, yeah. And
like I said, if anybody young out there, anybody in social media in general, yeah, you got to have the numbers. But if you have all the, I don't know. I am very proud of the following that I have. Would it be better if I had 2 million? I guess it would be. But if I had to give up the people following me to get 2 million new followers, I wouldn't make that trade. Because I don't know, man. It's crazy. I feel very when I go to these events and like swindles. Yo, Big Cat, where you at?
Oh yeah.
Hang out, or if I see Zona and like Mark Zona knows who I am.
Right, that's right.
He's like, let me get a picture of me to send it to my kids. It's just like, whoa, what is going on? So I'm very appreciative of this, man. I don't use this lightly, but I feel blessed because I didn't do anything special. I just made some dumb videos that kind of got some attention. And in the fishing world, they do well. Outside the fishing world, nobody cares. But like
even Jamie Foxx does. Jamie Foxx cares.
Yeah. When I pulled the nunchucks out, Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg shared it. George Lopez.
Were you on Ridiculousness too?
Yeah. And I wouldn't suggest anybody. I didn't. There was zero gain.
Yeah, you didn't get anything out of it, right? But you were there. Your creative content was there, but
but
they didn't give you any props.
that's just social media, man. Either you are a content creator or a content regurgitator. And as a content creator, we do need the regurgitators, but if you're going to regurgitate, at least give somebody credit. Like, they use, not to get all like blah, 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 but they took my video, which was awesome. They approached me. I filled some stuff out, no big deal. But they used my video to promote their show.
Jeez.
A ridiculous commercial. My video was in the commercial.
Dang it. I never realized that.
Yeah, man, no acknowledgement of me whatsoever, which I didn't want money or nothing. Just throw a dog a bone or throw a cat a bone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
But lesson learned. It's all good. No hard feelings.
You know what, Rob Deerdick, if you're listening right now, you're in for it, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
You think we're going to let you on the NPFL broadcast? No. You can do your damn kick flip somewhere else. Do your kick flip somewhere else. Go ride your little skateboard, buddy.
Yeah.
Go ride it, Rob Deerdick.
Yeah.
Dick. Rob Deer Dick, I think. Yeah.
Slob Deer Dick.
Yeah. Now what? Now who's got the big show?
Yeah. Who's jealous now?
Exactly 4,000 people are going to see this on YouTube, buddy. So get ready.
Yeah. Suck on that.
Take that, Rob. This is the new Rob and Big. This is Luke and Big. Luke and Fat.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's right. Yeah, puke and fat.
I got to be honest with you. I actually used to really like Rob and Big. It was like one of my favorite shows.
I do too, man. I still do. I still dig them.
Yeah, I still. That's so crazy to me, man. I had that happen to me this week. I talked about it a little bit, and it was weird. And this is not a bashing at all. So I had John Cox on, and I posted a clip of John and I asked John a question, and I was really proud of the question. And I asked John a question, and it was about a boat. And, do you feel like people a lot of times are like, oh, man, it must be nice. If I had an $80,000 boat, I could be pro. Or if I had much more money, or if I could do this, if I could do that. So I asked John, I was like, what would you say to people that say their boat is holding them back, kind of question. And John gave one of the most beautiful answers, and he said on the show, if you think your boat is holding you back, you don't love it enough. Dude, floored me. So I post that clip. B-Lat, my man Brian Latimer, grabs it, makes a nice little quote out of it like it's, George Washington quote, and everybody's sharing it. But did LBL get any love? Were people sharing the video clip? No, because the video clip, in my opinion, would have been just as cool as a picture of the quote. And my wife's like, that really kind of bugged you, didn't it? And I said, it did, because when you work hard, right, in the situation like I'm in, to interview people, and you're going for those moments, it's really hard coming up with questions, especially a guy like John I've had on the show 4 or 5 times, right? So you have to try to keep it fresh. And then he absolutely, it's a sincere answer in that moment. I was so proud. And then I was like, I felt kind of slighted, right? And so I get where you're at. Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah, get used to that.
And it was funny. A lot of low-lifers were tagging me and saying, yeah, this is a great episode of Luke Duncan's Low Budget Live. Like, to people that were sharing it, and then they were sharing it. And
that's the upside.
That's right. That's right.
That's the
upside. I was very proud of that,
Yeah, man. Sure. That's the upside. And I think, dude, you're killing it. You're staying in the groove. And I think you're going to probably, more than likely, as time goes on, broaden somewhat out of fishing. Fishing is your niche. But this is where you start. And you get your following going. You can definitely tell you're getting in a rhythm. You're fun to listen to. It's not a 4-hour, 5-hour podcast. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but just having.
I'll run out of breath for then. I ain't even had COVID, and I'll be out of breath, son. I can't do 4 hours.
Dude, look who you're talking to. I just got up and walked from the couch to the chair. And
we got to do 7-hour fishing broadcasts, though, to bring it back around. Sorry.
I don't know what I'm going to call Mike Tyson and see what he's doing. I got to get back in the ring.
Yeah, we got to get back on that horse, son.
No, but it's cool, man, to see what you're touching on.
I appreciate that.
That situation happened. But your fans, man, like that.
It's cool to see. That's cool to see.
I still feel weird. I'm a weird dude in general, but just calling people fans and this and that, even saying thanks for following me. Because
I get that.
I just feel weird, man.
Well, you and I are normal dudes. We're just normal dudes, man, that love fishing. We're fortunate to be in the positions we're in, and we've kind of created our corner of the fishing world. ourselves, and but these people that have came along for the ride and with us, that support us and comment on everything we do and share everything we do, man, it just, you don't know how to react to it, man. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, you're a very humble guy, and I consider myself the same. And it's weird when people are like, oh my gosh, dude, I'm a huge fan. And I'm just like, man, like that, like, I appreciate that, but I just don't look at people like fans, like that's a very weird term. That's why I like low lifers. I'm glad the fans of the show named themselves low lifers, the loyal listener. I say low lifer. Hey man, you're a low lifer. But yeah, man, I remember the Jamie Foxx thing, going back to that, because I remember, I think maybe you shared that he had shared it on your story or something on Instagram. And I remember I was like, oh my God. Like, that's incredible. And I remember you getting in the ring in his comments. I remember keeping up with it for a couple of days. Yeah. And people were like fat shaming, or they were, and dude, you were just like, hey man, I fat shame myself, right? Yeah. Like, you were like, good for you, dude. Like, do you feel like a better person that you're tearing me to? Like, dude, it was amazing how you handled those comments. And I try to handle comments the same way, because look, it ain't all sunshine and roses, dude, on LBL.
I'll be real with you, man. Like, it's hard sometimes. Like,
I get it, buddy. I get it.
I know I'm big, so
I get it.
A guy said something the other day. And there's always a lot of times your comments. If you're in a mood, a lot of times I don't want to feed into the negativity, because it's not fair to everyone leaving a positive comment.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I have 100, 200 comments on something, and I just replied to the negative. It's not fair to everyone that did something positive. But the dude said some things, and it just kind of hit me the wrong way. And dude, I've always been proud, but I've always been fat, and I've always been proud. But I've never been proud of being fat. I've lost weight. I put the weight back on. It's one of my struggles. I embrace it. I don't like it, but at the end of the day, I'm also not going to let it bring me down but so much. I give my good days and bad days. I don't like being this big. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
And when people do things like that, or say stuff like that, and most of the time I just shrug it off. And the reason I am with the quick wit and all, because I've always been fat. It was a deflect. It was a defense mechanism as a younger.
Yeah.
Of being whether it was your mama jokes or whatever, you make fun of me, I was gonna make fun of you twice as hard.
You're sending it back.
Yeah, and that's just stuck with me and everything else, man, because I've always had to. Dude, when I was 50, I'll post now this is no offense to anyone, but you would have thought that I was posting a picture of my lesbian sister. If I post, this is true, and it's not in a bad way. When you see her, I look like a girl. I look like a girl with a mullet, like when I graduated. Growing up, like 14, 15, 16, I had chesticles. I had a mullet, but I thought I was cool. But I was at a store, and we're getting off track. Like, a big dude, it's not always rainbows and butterflies, but I try to brush it off so other people out there that are big, I'm not like I'm some fat guy sink or anything, but just because you're big, man, don't let it slow your roll. People are going to be mean, but a lot of times the people being mean to you, they have more things going on with them, or if I don't know. It's just a weird deal, man.
I get it. And the internet's a very strange place to dwell in, like you and I do, because, and you and I being very over the top, we laugh a lot, we like to joke. Like, people see me busting Darian's balls, they see me giving Darian a hard time, and they think it's okay to say, yeah, well, you're a piece of crap. And I'm like, hey, buddy, we're joking, bro. Like it's a joke, and it's the same with you. I feel like people, they feel like they know you, they feel like they're part of the joke. But I'm like, man, sometimes for me, and dude, I love what you said about the internet commenters, because on YouTube, I try to comment back to everyone. Well, you love me, hate me, whatever. I try to comment back. But when I get sideways with people, it's when they either insult like my integrity. Oh, well, you said this, you said that. And I'm like, man, I know everything I say on this show, man. I do it once a week. I know my stance on things. Don't say that I lie, or don't say, when people come at me like that, that's when I really get over the top in my replies. And it's like you said, if I get in a bad mood, dude, I'm going 2 paragraphs on that ass. I mean,
you've probably done this too.
And I don't mean, and then afterwards, I'm like, that was stupid. This is some dude in his mom's basement that probably wishes he had a podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what, dude? I'll click on their profile and I'll see this guy. No wonder he's mad.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, dude.
I get it, man. I know I'm blessed, and I know that I'm a, you don't see guys my size walking around at the age of 70. Fully aware of that, and it's something I'm always trying to work on.
For sure.
But when I see and people point this out, but a lot of times, man, they've got more stuff going on than I do. So I don't know. I like being funny. I like doing edgy humor, but I never want to make anyone feel lesser than what they are. And that's one thing I want the guys to know that are fishing NPFL. Some of them are probably, oh, God, it's fat cat. Like you were saying earlier about the guy.
Oh, dude, they're worried. Some guys are legit worried.
That is not my goal at all.
Me either.
I do not want to make anyone feel awkward or inferior. Now, if I know you, we have a friendship or relationship or whatever, like and I know I can get away with that because if I bust your chops, I want you to bust my chops.
Of course.
Harder because that is what's funny. Give them something to laugh at. But, yeah, man, I'm not looking to stir any pot or mess with anybody's feelings or anything. I want to create an atmosphere that everyone wants to be a part of. That is my main goal coming to NPFL, is to help create and build something that everyone else wants to be involved in or is jealous of. And
Absolutely,
I think we have the group of people as of now that can make that happen. The direction that we're going in, the team that we are building, and people are noticing now, and I'm one of them, like the skepticism was there at first, but as we get closer to March, things are starting to come together and other people are starting to notice that, you know what, they might have something. Now, with 2022 come around, hopefully, but we're concentrating on 2021.
Yeah, we got to get through 2021, man. We got to make it the biggest, best we can make it. And that's what I tell people is, look, just give us a chance in 2021. Give us a chance. Come fish. I say this to anglers that reach out. And I've had a lot of anglers, I want to say that on the air, from the Elite Series to the Bass Pro Tour to the FLW Pro Circuit. A lot of guys have reached out to me. A lot. And it would really surprise you to the guys that have reached out, and they're like, hey, man, I'd like to try to fit this into my schedule, blah, blah, blah. And it was after the Fat Cat announcement that a lot of this started happening. People are taking note. Hey, these guys are for real. They're trying to put on a good production. They're trying to run a great tournament trail. And I think when we put it all together, people are going to really wish they were a part of it. I really do, man. And I feel like if we can get through year one the way we envision it, the way we want to, of course, we're going to take our bumps. We're going to take some hard knocks in there, and we're going to have targets on our backs. But I think if we can get to 22, you better look out because we're going to have that year under our belt, and our anglers are going to have a year under their belt. And I think that 2022 and beyond could be really awesome for the NPFL. But I think that what we've got planned that we haven't even talked about, and I think we're going to be adding to the team, don't you? Absolutely. I think the team will probably grow a little bit before that first event. We're probably going to add some more help. We don't know yet. We're talking about that in meetings because Lord knows me and Fat Cat can't talk for 7 hours. We already talked about that. We're going to run out of air.
And being real about this, I love to be the funny guy. I love all that stuff too. And my knowledge of fishing is not, and I'll be the first one to say it, I haven't spent the time or been in the business like other guys on other tours that are doing commentating or like yourself. So I'm going to be lacking in some of the experience, but I hope to make up for that experience with entertainment.
Well, and bringing, my thing with you, because you're going to be at the events, that's the plan right now as it stands. I said that either on the water, on location, and we're not sure where, there's going to be a studio set up, but we would like to be able to broadcast all of it from the lake, right? So we can actually interact together. It will come down to a bandwidth issue. Will we have service? Will we be? I think there's no secret in the fact of why you see Bassmaster, always doing things out of Little Rock, why you see MLF out of Oklahoma, why you see FLW out of Kentucky at one place, because it is easier to have that setup. So there's a reason those guys do that, and they're pros at what they do. And MLF tried it, right? They had JT down by the water down by the water, as Marty Stone would say, and Chad with his vest on. They had them down there by the lake, and then Bassmaster used to do it too. That's where it happened. But now I think you see that the studio base is a good thing. But I think what you're going to bring to the table is really bringing these anglers' personalities out because you're going to be right there. And that's what I hate if I have to end up in a studio locked away somewhere is I hate that because I'm going to miss that interaction with the guys, getting to know them on a personal level because there's a reason why Zona can speak to the degree he does about Clark Windley, about Seth Fighter, he knows those guys, so it's going to take us a little time, but you're going to bring that out, being there with the guys, getting them to open up. And we have a lot of things planned other than the broadcast that B is going to be a part of that, like the Angler Roundtable thing. I'm throwing that out there. Spoiler alert. But some really cool stuff we've got ideas on. And I think you're going to bring that to the table. And then education, hearing it from the angler's mouth, why he is catching them on that chatterbait down this stretch, why he feels that they're there. We're going to bring you all that just like the other tournament trails with a twist, with some high kicks.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have fun, for sure. Some boom goes of dynamite, some high kicks, some Bobby.
Dude, it's going to be a good time, man. And any of y'all, make sure you're following MPFL on social media. Make sure you're following Fat Cat. Make sure you're following me because next year and going in, there's going to be a lot more announcements through the fall into the spring. But we're not far away, buddy. We're not far away. It's almost time.
We're almost there, man. We're almost there.
Any more news that you want to drop on the pod? I mean, have you got? Do you have? Okay, I want to say, this is a serious note because I talk about I struggle with like weight fluctuations just like everybody else, and I've gained like 30 pounds during the freaking COVID nightmare here, and I'd done what I dubbed the fat ass challenge against Corey before the classic, and I dropped like 30. And I was real proud, man. I was feeling good. You and I talked about this the other day. Do you have something in mind? Like you and I talked the other day, you're talking about you want to get healthier. You and I are going to be on camera a lot. So we're both like, yeah, man, we want to add some weight. So we want to shed some LBs before we're in front of this camera. So do you have a goal in mind? Do you have a time frame? What are you thinking?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. March is 5-6 months away.
Yeah.
I'll probably drop 100 by then in that ballpark.
100. Y'all heard it here. The Fat Cat Challenge.
I've lost 100 over 6 different. I've lost 100.
Have you really?
Over 106 different times. Yeah, man. It's just I like to party. What can I say? So I lose the
Same.
weight. I lose the weight and I fall off track. And I've learned, man. If you go without eating something for a long time, and it may be the same thing a drug addict deals with. I don't know about that life, but if you're on something for a long time, then you get away from it, and then you just have a taste of it, and your body's like, yo, we need more of that.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I fall for that. It's part of me. It's willpower at times. It's just been, dude,
I'm the same way, dude.
Like I say, man, I'm a proud dude, but I'm not proud of being fat. It's a struggle I've dealt with, but it's my struggle.
Well, look, though, I mean, for the brand, I mean, you can't go dropping 200 on us, right? Like for the brand, listen, we can't call you little cat. I ain't calling you little cat.
I still be wall-to-wall treetop tall.
Okay, as long as we're not diminishing the brand, you can lose 100. No, dude, truly, man, I want to drop like 30. So right here, Low Budget Live, me and Fat Cat, we're doing it. We're doing this.
Oh yeah,
we're doing this.
Yeah, dude, I'm a tank right now. It's like, whoa.
That post-vacation body feeling too, where you just eat all day, right? Like you just eat because you're bored. You're like, oh, there's some Pringles. Dude, that post-vacation is a rough one, man.
This is what happened to me. Me and my girl have been together for a long time. We split up right around Thanksgiving. I quit my job in December. COVID hit shortly after that. And I've been laying around scratching, eating anything I can get my hands on. So listen, for the OBX trip, my brother had to come down here and cut the door off the hinges to get me out of the house. Yeah, man. I had to lock the hubs and put the toe strap around me to drag me off the couch. But no, dude, we'll be right, man.
We're going to get right. We're going to get right.
For me, it's all about being active. Like when I'm on the water fishing, man, I might eat something in the morning, maybe during the day, but like, just being active has always been good for me. And this COVID deal, I had about all
Same,
I could
dude.
think of, man.
And that's
everybody
that's
else.
a lot. Yeah, that's right. A lot of people, we have good days and bad days with it, man. But well, B, look.
I fly out Thursday too. So Thursday's 9/11. I get to fly to.
Oh, geez.
Flying for a wonderful cause. It's a huge St. Jude tournament in Minnesota.
Very cool.
Listen, brother, this tournament is called the Dick Hiley St. Jude Bass Classic. I emceed it. Last year it got canceled because of rain. The year before, the anglers, so the way it works is the anglers have to raise $500 to enter the tournament. And if they raise $500 to enter the tournament, they would win I think they'd been $5,000 first place. But if your team raises $5,000, then you're eligible to win the $20,000 first place.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
All right. So when we did it, let's see how to go. The first year I did it, they raised over $700,000 was raised by anglers to fish this tournament for St. Jude. Absolutely incredible. This year, because it was canceled last year, the money rolls over. So this year they're fishing for $40,000. But
unbelievable, man.
They raise all this money for St. Jude, man. So I'm flying out to do it for St. Jude. Well, it's an awesome cause. I love St. Jude for so many different reasons.
No doubt,
personal,
man.
A lot of it's personal, but yeah, St. Jude's awesome, man. It's one of the best things we got.
So where? I mean, I'm sure that tournament's already full, but is that out of where we were for the Bryan deal that time? Is that up around Wabasha?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome town, awesome group of people, man. But
it was a really great group of people up there when we were there. I really enjoyed that time. And so if you guys are in Wabasha, Minnesota, La Crosse, Wisconsin, that whole general area up there, go see Fat Cat at this weekend.
We were at Wabasha.
Yeah, mask up, and give Fat Cat a COVID hug.
Yeah, Eskimo kiss.
Eskimo kiss. Buddy, I appreciate you. I cannot wait to be a co-pilot with you on this NPFL ship, dude. And we're going to try to get together and get some content rolling this fall, too.
Absolutely, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for everybody listening. Like I say, man, we got a long road ahead of us, but we got the right team for it. And appreciate all y'all. Like I say, Luke, appreciate you, man. Look forward to seeing you.
Right on, buddy. I can't wait to see what we do. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right, be safe. Fat Cat Newton right there. Old Bernard B, as we call him. Old B. It's a good man right there. He's got his heart in the right place always, I promise you. He is a big talent in this fishing industry, and he provides a lot of smiles for a lot of people that need it a lot of times. So, love that guy. Can't wait until we kick things off the NPFL, and more to come on that. We're adding to the team. This stupid microphone really makes me mad. But hope you guys enjoyed that. That actually, those were sincere questions that I had for him. I didn't know. He and I we've been buddies for the last several years, and never knew kind of where it came from. So pretty dang cool. Pretty cool. Make sure you're following along with Fat Cat. If you're not, and make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel if you enjoy Low Budget Live, if you enjoy the build of Lake Teresa, the Show Up and Shut Up fishing series. Boats and Pros is coming back very soon. We are going to film several episodes. You heard that right. Between now and the end of the year, me and Tanner are fixing to throw down on some Boats and Pros episodes with some good guests, some even cooler boats. So hang in there. It's coming, I promise. I apologize. Between COVID, my schedule, Tanner's schedule, we've been screwed over since May, just to be completely honest. But before the end of the year, there's going to be several episodes. Probably look for the first one in October through the rest of the year into the spring. So, okay, Boats and Pros is coming back. I have not forgot about it. I know y'all enjoy it as much as I do. So thank y'all I see comments all the time. Thank y'all. Subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not giving this thing ratings on iTunes, make sure you are. I really appreciate it. We're fixing to make potentially an interesting jump for the podcast, and I'll tell y'all more about that very soon. That's going to put us in a lot more low life and homes. Can't wait to tell y'all about that. But thank y'all, each and every one of y'all, for always listening every week to this crazy show that we call Low Budget Live and Low Budget Live Not So Live. I appreciate y'all so much. As I always say, even if you don't like what I got to say, thanks for showing up. I see those comments. I don't agree with everything you say, but I enjoy it. Or I do agree with you, or you're an idiot. I see all kinds of those. I appreciate all of it. So thank y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that with Fat Cat. Look for some new goodies coming soon. One project I cannot talk about, me and another person from the fishing world are fixing to do something together and just drop it on you. Like an atom bomb of fishing goodness out of nowhere. Get ready. It's coming. Not saying anything else other than that. Got new merch coming. Can't wait to drop that on you. And guess what? Make sure you always hug your mama. More important than anything, this holiday weekend, that's one thing. You think about mom is my daddy Richard, who a lot of y'all that keep over this, he passed away back in November. My mom's dad, it was his birthday. He would have been 91 years old this weekend. But so a lot of thoughts about family. Make sure you hug your mama, hug your daddy. And I always appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all. Going to take you out with some Biloxi Blues. See y'all soon. See y'all next week. Have a good week.
Spanish moss and Civil War ghosts, well, I'm gonna leave them in the past. Any direction, Lord, I'll be fine. It don't matter east or west. North, south, wherever the wind blows, I'm leaving those burdens at rest. This highway, it does not know my name, and I don't care. No, I don't care. Headed my way for another place, and I got 3 good tires and a spare. Just a white line gypsy getting out of Mississippi with just enough gas to get there.